So I'm back. In the last few days, I haven't uploaded anything. I've been a bit, probably a bit procrastinating a bit, right? To be honest. Also trying to make sense of the second brain that I am implementing. So yeah, so I guess I'm gonna review what is this about, like watching at the actual tools. And um so I guess that the first thing that we need to check is the um how does the second brain look like, right? So okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and I want to test for the first time. Let's test for the first time this thing. And also, I want to see how, right? Window. Yeah. Okay, so you most likely can see, and I'm gonna change a bit the layout. Yeah, I always wanted to use the layout actually. Okay, cool. So this is how I am visualizing my second brain. Okay, so basically the idea is that on every call I have, on every meeting I have, there will be, so I have this KB means for me knowledge base. Okay. Actually, I like more the concept knowledge base, the second brain. So on every meeting I have, I will get the transcript. And then I have all these folders inside the transcript. So in the very first one is going to be the inbox. Then they are being taken, right? So these are all the meetings I have so far. So that's quite a lot already. Since the 19th of May, I've been doing this. So I'm close to a month actually of data. So yeah, so on every meeting, there will be an inbox. In inbox, there is a loop that is taking the transcripts from there. It's passing through a prompt, and basically the prompt is chopping up the email completely in different sections, and they will come here to the processed folder. Then here in logs, I guess something should happen, and then we have some other failed, but apparently none of those transcripts have failed. Then backfill hold, I don't know why, and then archive. Well, apparently everything is empty, which is actually correct. I mean, probably the only thing that is not correct is that the logs are empty because it's supposed to store something there. But everything else, the fact that it's empty, I guess it's okay. This is the kind of things that probably we can always use AI to check if they are necessary or not. So right, so once a transcript is processed, then the very first thing that is going to happen is that all the things that I talk about in the meetings, they are going to be categorized in the different topics that I am talking about, right? So I have the topic AI Chief of Staff, basically is this topic, so the topic of building this knowledge base. Then I have one thing that I am doing, so it's about data protection, GDPR, and so on for one of the things that we're building. Then Docus, it's also a side project where we are basically building a yeah, way of a faster way of reporting, of creating reports. Then general, just like that, just general stuff, general topics, and IT ops automation. This is one of the topics that I actually should get into. It. It's basically building a new knowledge base, but now for um, the ticket system or support system. Logic Heroes is actually my favorite project, and then Logic Journeys also very important project for me, and the support desk age. For example, this IT Opto, these two seem to be actually the same topic, right? So support desk agent and IT automation, same shit actually. So I'm just gonna delete this case because anyways, probably it had something and then now it doesn't have anything. But well, I mean, we can keep it there, okay? Then sessions, we don't have anything in sessions. We have projects, right? So here, IT ops automation. We can actually check what these topics are about because again, every topic will have its project document. This is something different. So this is about offload repetitive low mental IT ops, work on an agent, so Carlos framing the work, irle pasando todos sus trabajos, trabajitos que nos dices Spanish. Endgame is an agent that runs the whole loop with minimal human input. Okay, I understand. This is more about automation. I remember having this conversation actually with Emilio. Um, this is one of the things he's been building actually with Codex. I have to check with him actually. I have to check with him. Is this something? How can we measure this? Probably I will have a call with him and then let's see if this particular uh, topic reignites, let's say. Okay, so then the support agent, a cloud code agent running a dedicated Linux. Yes, this is actually something I want to do. Valentina is no longer working with us, so this is why it's getting actually more interesting. And right, so we're gonna go back to this eventually. Scratchpad. This was just one time that I opened this in Cursor, and then the Scratchpad got in. I think I'm gonna delete this. It doesn't make sense. And we have playbooks. We have personal. I have a psychoanalysis folder here, and then we have entities. That's very interesting. So these are all the companies we're working with, right? So of course we have Logic Solutions, the only one that I can show you. Then we have people, and then all the people that is working with me, and information about the entity. Wow, this is actually pretty good. And then we have, right, this is actually really cool. This is actually really cool. Um, I really like it. I mean, this is. I mean, even if I never get in, um, just the fact that it's stored somewhere and that all my um, basically all my knowledge has been dumped here in a structured way makes a lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't need to be in my head anymore, right? Okay, so then I have an archive. This is just action tracker archive. Let's see how this is working. And then we have a dashboard, and then memory, and then topic tracker. This is, I wanted memory. Why memory? Ah, interesting. Oh, this is like the main prompt. I don't think this is correct actually, because this means that all these tokens are inserted on every single session with Claude, and it's okay. But it seems that this can be improved actually. Um, all right, so this is actually a very interesting finding here. But what we can do right now is actually to understand a little bit better. What we can do is to bring in Claude. Let me here open a terminal, and I am going to connect to my VPS. Hmm? Let me open it again. Ah, yeah, I know why. All right, so I'm gonna share again my screen. I'm gonna share another screen. Present slide, share different screen, and then window. Yeah. All right. Okay. You should see my terminal. So I'm gonna just start Claude here. Okay. Important to mention here. Interesting. So it's actually exposing my root right now. So this is gonna need to be changed. So I will have to do something today actually to save my yeah, because now you all know my root. That's not correct. That's actually wrong. Let's research how to fix it actually right now. Let's ask here. How can I use Tailscale to protect this VPS from external attackers? I was not planning to do this, but actually security is relevant. Why Tailscale? I don't know why. I think that Tailscale, as far as I know, is like a VPN, right? However, I've been using it for other things, and it seems to actually work. says the core idea with Tailscale is to move your VPS management surface, especially of the public internet entirely, so attackers can't even reach it. Yeah, let me look at what's currently exposed so I can give you concrete advice rather than generic steps. He's doing something here, and then Tailscale present. Which Tailscale? Okay, here's your situation. This is my public IP. The only thing exposed to the internet is the SSH port and has permit root logging. Yes, that's your entire attack surface. So fail to ban is active. It's already fighting off brute force attempts. That's why it's running. UFW is installed but not enforcing anything. Docker is present. Important caveat below. The model Tailscale gives you every machine a private where am I? Okay, so it says wire guard address mesh that only your own devices can reach. The protection comes into moves. Make SSH reachable over the Tailscale interface only. Firewall port 22 of the public internet. After this, an external attacker scanning gets nothing. There is no door to knock in. Brute force 0 days and all become unreachable. The critical ordering, you don't log yourself out. You must verify connectivity before you close public SSH. The safe sequence, install Tailscale and bring it up. Okay. Sudo Tailscale up. From another device on your tailnet, confirm you can get in. Harden SSH. Permit root login, no. Password authentication, no. Listen, the Tailscale IP only, yes. Firewall the public surface with, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I think I need to do all this actually. I think I need to do it. I mean, now that it's public, right? So, mm, I can't run the changes myself. Sudo needs password here and lockout. All right, so I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna do it. But I'm gonna do it here in the other monitor so you can't see it. Actually, I haven't checked the YouTube. Most likely zero. Zero views. I don't care. Okay. So let me open a new terminal. I will be working on this side, okay? Sorry about the distrust. Oh, it doesn't matter. So, but actually, I mean, this is something that I should have done long time ago. I know that Hostinger probably is providing certain security, but protection, let's say. All right, so and my password is not easy, but I guess that doesn't matter at all. Okay. Okay. So I am Carlos' laptop here. It says that I am not connected. So I have to connect to Tailscale. That's it. Okay, it says I'm connected already. All right, so now I have to install Tailscale. So I'm going to copy this. Of course, using my root account. Uh-huh. Yes, and then we're going to use this sudo tailscale up. And this should give me a link to authenticate this computer, right? So the point here, like the main problem here is that we don't lock ourselves out of the Tailscale of the server, actually, right? Connect. All right. It's done. So that's done. So I have installed it with this command. Then I bring it up. A link was shown. I copy the link and I basically I was logged in, of course, in another here in another browser. Then I just copy the link. It asked me if I wanted to bring in this device. I said yes. And now I am. And now this server now has Tailscale, right? It says from another device on your tailnet, confirm you can get in. So Tailscale status. Let's try that. Let me open another terminal. Another shell. And me use this one. Tailscale status. And yeah, that's good. And I have to SSH into it, right? So it should be like you add, and then that's the address. Okay, so SSH, and then it should be this one, the one that ends in 92, and yes. I didn't like it. Oh, wait. Maybe I mean, what exactly do I have to put here? Your Linux username on the VPS. You're logged in as Carlos. Oh, okay, okay. I see. I see. Okay, all right. So it should be okay. So it's sending me to authenticate here, but I'm already authenticated, and that's it. I'm in. I'm inside. Okay, so this worked. So up to this point, everything worked amazing. And now it says harden SSH. Permit root login? No. Okay, so I have to open this. But how exactly I'm going to log in after this? So, okay. So I guess the fact that we installed SSH, like SSH. So we installed Tailscale, and then we brought it up. Then that means, and also I authenticated, that means that it's now we are sharing some network, right? Which is good because I won't need a password. Actually, I hated you needing a password. Okay, so how can let me ask that actually. Once everything is set, how are, how am I going to access the VPS? Give me step by step. I just want to make sure that I understand how is that going to work before I actually harden everything for anyone. Okay, so it says that I have to install. Of course, I have it. Log into the same account. Of course, I have it. Now both machines are on the same private mesh. You do this once per device. After that, you just stay scan. Okay, every time you want to access the VPS, make sure Tailscale is running on your laptop. On your Tailscale status lists the VPS. On a laptop, it auto connects at login. So usually already is the SSH by name, where the VPS is whatever Tailscale is at. So from a device without Tailscale, no access at all. What? Happy error overload? Something's happening. Okay. Only to start it, the cleanest path. Okay, but my question here is what would happen if if Tailscale stops working on the VPS? What would happen if Tailscale stops working on the VPS? So in the laptop, I can just log in and then turn it on, right? But in the VPS, if I am already outside, how exactly am I gonna turn it on if I don't have access? If Tails dies in the VPS, you lose network access to it entirely because we delivered. What? Okay, okay. So this says that Tailscale is enabled on boot, comebacks automatically, SSH rebinds, actually self heals in seconds. Node key expires, VPS drops off the tailnet, clients can reach it, locked until re-auth. Okay, Tailscale, the company coordination around. Okay, classic self lockout, locked out. UFW SSH misconfigured during setup. Note that in every case, the public internet still can't reach you either. Failure is fail closed, which is the secure in the secure direction. Okay, so I mean, if I fuck it up now, I'm just gonna everything is gonna be fucked. So not even attackers will be able to get in, which is fine, I guess. I mean, it's my second brain. It's my memories. All right. So what else? What else do I have to do here? Let's fucking do it. Permit root login. No. Yes, definitely. That should be done. So I'm gonna open this in my VPS. Mm, something strange here. So it says I'm trying to edit this file, but it's saying that it's not. Edit isn't a real command in Ubuntu. Use nano. Okay. Yes, exactly. So give me the things correctly. Okay, let's check this. And this is exactly the same one I used for login. Yeah, I'm gonna say that yeah, I'm actually inside already. VPS using Tailscale. Okay, so let's validate this. So basically it's saying like it's not trusting me, which is fine. I already checked that connection and that's exactly what I see. So it says that the first one is my client IP, the client port, then the server IP, and then the server port. So look at the third value, server IP, and that should be 100 something. And that's exactly what I have. Okay, this one probably is also relevant. And it's good, it's good. So if you want, paste the output. No, I'm not gonna paste it right now, right? Because this is exactly what I am live streaming. However, I'm completely sure, so I can go ahead and just do the other ones. Mm, yeah, these ones. So permit root login, no. But this is not like that. I have to say, I'm gonna ask for these steps again. No, fucking idiot. Well, I mean, does it matter? It doesn't matter, right? So it doesn't matter if you have the IP. Um, streaming this session, will it matter that you are sharing my IP? Right, yeah, true. These are real leaks to watch during the session. Tailscale auth URL, SSH private keys, token secret files, of course. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter. So I can just follow this. And I'm gonna start here, right? So I guess I have to copy this. I actually like more nano than this. Really? Mm. Okay, so what's my fucking hmm. Now I'm having a password issue. Hmm. Sometimes that happens actually with hosting our VPS. Is that as if the passwords sometimes wouldn't are not working. So I guess what can I do to make it safe here? So I am already sudo. Harden SSH. I should be able to do everything for my user, right? Because there is user root and there is my user. So it makes no sense that I would be taking. Okay, let me open a new terminal and then just do the whole thing again. It's never asked me out. And is it maybe? What's my password now? It's not reacting. And the question here is why it's not. Okay, that's the root password, which is definitely not the same, right? Okay, so terminate. I have a password. Sudo password non-root. So now I mean, what I'm a bit afraid is that it seems that I don't know my password, like from my user. And okay, so let's try this like sudo. And before I do any change, I want to make sure I actually know my password. Okay, so it's my, yeah, okay, it's my password. Okay, so that means I can proceed with this section, right? Hmm, okay. I just all need to open Nano. I don't know why Nano is breaking this shit. I'm just gonna say here, you wanna use Nano. I want to use Nano for this. Okay, so I was just using it incorrectly. One more time. Okay, I'm inside, and of course this is completely empty. So what I have to do here is just to make sure I am not passing any extra. Permit login, yes. And then pasting here and Control O and Control X. Control X. Oh, good. Okay, right? Yes. Then validate before you restart SSH. I have to do this, sudo SSH, config OK. And only after OK, sudo restart, keep this terminal open after restarting. Open a second one and confirm SSH still works before trusting it. If something is wrong, you open a session, the provider comes and falls. Okay, so I basically have to open a new one. I have to say this sudo system restart. Okay, but I open a new. I have to open a new terminal, and then I have to SSH into it. And now I have yes. OneNote Nano isn't always installed by default. Okay. Okay, I am inside in both terminals. After so existing SSH connections survive a restart regardless. So that alone doesn't prove the new config works. The real test is whether a fresh connection works and whether SSH is now bound only to the Tailscale IP. Let me check listening socket. Just checking here some things. Found the problem, and it's an Ubuntu. And it's a known Ubuntu 24.4 gotcha. SSH is still listening. All interfaces, public included. Your listening address was ignored. The cause, Ubuntu starts SSH via system socket activation. And when that's active, the socket unit controls the listening address is silently overridden. Let me confirm. Okay. SSH socket is enabled and active, hard-coded listening. Okay, that's why your listen address did nothing. Socket activation binds the port before SSH starts, so the SSH config setting is overridden. Right now, SSH is still fully exposed on your public API. Here's the important part. I'm going to steer you away from the listen address approach. There's a foot gun in it for Tailscale setup. Why binding SSH to this is risky. If you force SSH to bind only MAM, then on every reboot, SSH must restart after. Okay, both organization guarantee. So, okay, so why did you recommend this in the first place? Remove. Okay. Okay, leave only. Almost. Good. I actually don't know if I understand, but seems risky. Okay, leave only. Okay, all okay. Sudo system restart. All right. Step 2, UFW closes the public port. So this is going to be the part that is after this. Public is dead, even though SSH still binds this. UFW blocks it at the interface level. Verify from outside network, phone, cellular, Tailscale off. You should timeout, refuse, while SSH over Tailscale still works. If you specifically want defense in depth, SSH not even bound to the public IP plus. The correct way on 24 is to override the socket, not SSH config, and add assistant sysctl so it can bind before Tailscale is up. But honestly, for your situation, UFW alone, the simple path, is enough and much harder to lock yourself out of. if I would do that, skip the socket over and let you on the next layer. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that yeah, let's keep it only this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this part. Default incoming policy change to deny. Be sure you update your rules accordingly. Sure. Sudo allow outgoing. Okay, just to make it explicit. Sudo uf allow on tailscale 0. Rule added. And sudo uf enable. Firewall is active and enable your system startup. All right, so I think that that's okay. That's enough for security. I guess time will tell. The only thing that I would recommend now is just to create a document where you can actually. So I have here a playbook, right? So I think it's time to write a playbook. So, and in the playbook, I want everything I did to do it again in case I need it, because this is already some knowledge that should be kept, right? So I don't want to go through the whole conversation again. I just want to run the playbook, or at least say I follow this playbook before, help me, right? Or help me do it in this new version or something like that. But the most important part that I would like to get saved is what happens, like the disaster recovery plan, right? So let's do that. So create a new playbook with this procedure. Does it ever happen to you that you are actually saying one word, but your hands are actually typing something completely different? Happens to me very often, actually. Yeah, so create a new playbook with this procedure and a plan for recovery in case I get myself, I lock myself out. Okay. Playbooks, Tailscale VPS. Okay, so now I'm going to change here the screen, because this is exactly when it's actually Obsidian becomes important. Here, share, and see why it's not refreshing. I want you to think now. So I don't see the file. Hmm. Why did you create it outside KB? So the VPS of course is a machine and has its own file system, but I am only tracking the KB on the Obsidian, and I am not sure if I'm making a mistake there. Um, yeah, so I have a Google Drive where it should have been placed rather than having its own folder, which is definitely wrong. Yeah, exactly. I have a dedicated playbook folder. Okay, let's see. Playbooks. Still not there. Sometimes it takes like a little bit. Yes, now I'm here. Now it's here. Okay, so let's review this. Right? So it says in progress, host, Tailscale, everything is public, so it doesn't matter. SSH reachable only over Tailscale mesh. Public internet sees no open ports. So I have to validate this anyways. Well, here something is missing actually. Make Tailscale lockout resistant. This is important. Ah, yeah, so probably I'm gonna keep this tailnate only for me, actually. Get a shell via the provider console. Yeah, true, true. Okay. Usually already enabled. Okay, this is good enough actually. I think this is good enough. Now since I have access um, to Tailscale, then I can be sure. I'm happy. I'm happy that this is not super exposed anymore. There are a few things that I should check here. For example, this, but let's check this. For anything bound, there's nothing here, so this is not a problem. And that's it. This is a playbook. Okay, so I'm going to sleep. Actually, it was a good session. Um, I was not planning to do this, but actually, it's really good that I'm getting this knowledge if I am going to teach someone to install these sort of VPS that are super, super helpful, to be honest. I mean, um, it's a good way of keeping your agent doing loops without you having to keep your computer always on, which is most likely not possible. All right, so I'm down. I'm out, and thank you for not coming. I know I'm getting better, so I'll see you here tomorrow.